Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Ready, Set, Grow Show with Hillary and Deb. And today we've got a very special Debbie guest with us. As you know, this month and kind of going into the month of May, we're going to be talking about you Inc., meaning your business, your brand, and who you are in this world of entrepreneurship. And today we're focusing on something that is kind of like I would say the launching pad, of your business. And Deb is going to be sharing a lot of her wisdom, some of which, last month when we were talking about the challenge, some of which she actually shares inside of our Yep to Freedom challenge. But she's going to give you a little bit more of that. So, Deb, you want to go ahead and introduce our Debbie?
Oh, and it's my honor and pleasure to introduce to you Debbie Morton. And a little bit about Debbie. She says that she has done it all. And she has worked in corporate America. She has owned brick and mortar businesses. And Debbie has also been a high ticket coach and a top producer, trainer, and team leader in the affiliate world. But her passion is helping others create a life of freedom on a path that's way simpler than the one she has taken. And Debbie, we are so excited that you are here and going to share with our audience. And so let's get started. And I'm going to ask you, the very first question is, how important is personal branding to building your own business?
Great question. And first of all, I want to say thank you, ladies, for having me here today. I love working with you, learning from you. And so how important is personal branding? I've come from a world of corporate America and owning my own brick and mortar business. And in my brick and mortar business, I was a franchise. And there's always that thing of like, how do you stand out from others? And then I went into the world of network marketing and affiliate marketing. And again, there's hundreds of thousands of network marketers and affiliate marketers out there. How do you stand out? And the way you stand out is to create your own brand. And it doesn't have to be this elaborate logos and websites and everything. But if you are simply a rep for someone else, you're not building your brand. People buy from people they know, like, and trust. So it's really important for people to know, who are you? What do you like to do? Where do you like to go? What are your values? What are your morals? And then what is it that you do to help people? And then whatever it is that you offer or you sell, that's kind of like the tool in your toolbox. And I think that's what so many people miss, is that you are the business. You get to pick what company or products you represent as part of your brand.
Definitely, yes. And that is why I remember hearing that many years ago, that you Inc., and I couldn't wrap my head around it, but that is when you it's almost like you have to internalize it and it becomes part of you, So
yeah.
One of the things that, a lot of people, and like for myself as a techie type of person, and having gone through kind of what you would call traditional education in marketing, we hear this thing about the target market, right? And target market, a lot of people think of it as the target market defines your brand, right? You want to talk to us a little bit about how that may or may not be?
Yeah, this was a huge lesson for me, because when I was in network marketing, I just felt like I could sell to everybody. Everybody needs my product. Everybody could use my services. Everybody. And that is like not true at all. And when you start to define who it is that you truly can help, then there's that saying, the riches are in the niches, right? And inside of the challenge that's actually coming up at the end of the month, one of the things that I teach is, if you stand on the stage and you talk to the masses, let's say weight loss, because everybody is familiar with weight loss. We've all tried to lose a few pounds, or we know someone who has, or we've sold the product or bought the product, right? So let's go there. If you're standing on a stage trying to sell a weight loss product and you're just shouting to this auditorium of 50,000 people that you can help them lose weight, that's just noise in a crowd, because we're bombarded with that message every day. We're bombarded with it when we go to the store, when we turn on the television, we scroll through Facebook. We are bombarded with weight loss products. But if you speak to one person in that crowd, somebody who has had a heart attack, or a woman who's dealing with the middle-aged belly roll, or somebody who's struggled with weight all their life, no matter what they've done. It's like when you target that one person, now all of a sudden people in the crowd are listening to you. They want to know what you have to say. And so it's really important when you are building your brand and brand you, who is it? Now it is possible that you can help people outside of that niche, but when you speak to that niche, then there are going to be other people who come out of the woodwork going, she's talking to me. That's exactly who I am. I get her. And that's where you have a really good high quality lead, is when somebody feels like they're talking directly to them.
Definitely.
That's awesome. And that's so very true, because as you talk about that, I know, like you say, we are just bombarded, and you almost don't even hear it anymore. But when somebody says something, it's like, whoa, that will catch my attention. That's when I start to pay attention. So yeah, what you said is so very true. But tell us what strategies seem to be and are probably the most effective
in building your brand.
In building your brand, I think number one, you have to be consistent. You have to consistently show up for your audience. And it's kind of funny, in my news feed, I'll see people, it's like they're all excited over a business proposition or an idea or whatever they're selling. And then in a month, you never see it again. Like they come and they go. They come and they go. And when you are consistent, because people are bombarded every day with people who are building a business, building a brand, selling something. And when you are showing up consistently on whatever platform you choose as being your primary platform, that you're there for your audience and not there to sell them. It's not about, we've got a special on this product, we got a special on that product, but there to provide value and to help someone, educate someone, entertain someone in the field that you're in. You start to develop a following. You start to develop people who want to know what you're going to say next, because you're always providing that entertainment, that value, and you're showing up every day. And so for me, that's been the most important strategy. I've now been doing this for 5 years. And I can tell you, in the beginning, it was like I'd show up and then I disappear, and I'd show up and then I get scared and I'd disappear, and then I'd show up and then, oh, that product didn't work and that company didn't work. I'd show up in another field. But now that I've been consistently working with entrepreneurs for several years, I would say that it's that consistency. When you're consistently providing value every day, you're planting a seed. You're planting those seeds that are being cultivated and can grow, and that's all part of developing your brand.
Awesome.
Yeah. I think you kind of also covered, in terms of what's working now, because you said consistency, showing up. In terms of with entrepreneurs that you're working with, what do you see that seems to work outside of consistency, but what is it that they're doing on a day-to-day basis that seems to work in terms of their engagement, their I don't want to say success, because everybody measures success differently, right?
Yeah.
But what works in terms of building that brand outside of, yes, it's consistency, but what are they doing consistently that works?
I'm going to say providing value. When you help enough other people, then you will get to where you want to be. And so many people who are building a business are approaching it and I'm going to say it's like something has to go from the head to the heart. A lot of times when we first get in business, we just have to make that sale. We want to make that sale. We want to prove to our spouse that the business is really going to work. Or in my case, when I bought brick and mortar businesses, I invested a lot of money. It's like I needed a sale. And when we start a business, it's just like, I got to make a sale, got to make a sale, got to make a sale. And really, it's that mindset that how can I serve someone? How can I help someone? And when you take the equation of what it is that you have to sell or what you have to offer, because your brand is who you are for the world. And the products you sell are the tools that help you help the world. And I think that's really the mindset shift that has to happen for people to have success. We all start out we want to sell our products, we want to sell our services, we want to, enroll people into our team. And that's why it's like, and I'll hear it when I'm coaching network marketers, especially. It's like, I just have to get 2 team builders. I just have to get this. I just have to get that. Well, that's all about you. That's not about someone else. Who is it that you can help? And then when we start to shift our mindset that way. So I would say just providing that value, because when you provide that value, it will come back.
It will come back, yeah. And then I guess for whoever the entrepreneur is, how would you, and I guess this is kind of like a curveball question, because what you were saying, it kind of ties into, if you're just another rep, what value then? Like, how does somebody dig in to find out? So they're, let's just call, one of the biggest companies, Amway, all right? How would 5 Amway representatives figure out what is their value that they're giving, because they're all in Amway and they're all selling the same thing? How would they do that?
Great question. So I would say it depends on kind of what they're leading with, because in a network marketing company, there's the old adage of, am I going to lead with the products and get happy customers that want to become team builders? Or do I want to find people who are entrepreneurs and show them another way of earning income? And there's a challenge with each of those. Just because I like McDonald's cheeseburgers doesn't mean I want to own the franchise. And so for those individuals who are marketing a product, focus on the product sales without the intention of, I hope I can make an entrepreneur out of this person when they're a happy customer, because that usually doesn't work. It can sometimes, and be on the lookout for those individuals, but most often it's like, just focus on the products. And then if you're looking for entrepreneurs, one of the challenges is, if I am talking to, let's say, a real estate agent, and I've got a health and wellness company over here, it's like those two aren't congruent. And so you have to be aware that if you're talking to somebody who's already an entrepreneur, the likelihood of them saying, oh yeah, I'm going to abandon all of the prospecting I've been doing for the last year for my real estate business, and I'm going to go find a whole new audience, a whole new thing, and it's not congruent. In a case with Amway sells so much, like there's just so much product there. I would really say, like, for somebody like that, you've got to find, again, the riches are in the niches. You can't just say, I have a bajillion products that can help you in every aspect of your life, your skincare, your healthcare, you're doing your laundry and doing this and team building. Like, if you throw all of that out there, you're not going to be speaking to any one person. So I would say, again, develop that niche. What is the real passion about what you're doing? If it's the team building, then focus on how you can help people get out of corporate America, and leave all the products alone. Just talk about how you can help them start a business and get out of corporate America. And if you have a passion about one of the product lines in there, whether it's the weight loss, the skincare, the clean laundry soap, or whatever it is, then start to build value inside of that, and then get customers. And so I think so often we're just throwing, let's just throw a bunch of spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks. And it doesn't work in building a business.
Yeah,
definitely. So Deb, I don't know if you, I see we've got a couple of comments. Yes. Thank you, Adana, for joining. Yes. So the last question that I want to ask you is, because you've been in this for quite some time, maybe longer than, well, definitely longer than Deb and I. What has been your kind of like your daily mode of operation for building? What are some, and I know sometimes everybody's daily operation, it may not translate perfectly to somebody else, but to share with the entrepreneurs viewing, what is it that they could do consistently every day based on what you've done in building your brand?
Yeah, great question. And so going back to that thing about consistency, inside the challenge, we learned about a thing called the power list. And what I do daily might be different than what somebody else does, where I am in my business versus maybe somebody's just getting started. But you have to define, what are those income producing activities? because so often we look for distractions. Like nobody wants to pick up the phone and prospect. Nobody wants to reach out and say, just start to ask some questions, which, by the way, the key to growing any business or getting customers is being able to ask quality questions, because people buy your products or your service to solve a pain. And you don't know what their pain is if you don't know the right questions to ask them. But in terms of daily method of operation, you need to be reaching out to, if you're building your business on social media, which is where I primarily coach individuals, you have to be connecting with new people every day, people who are in your target audience. And there's all kinds of ways that you can find those individuals on Facebook, LinkedIn, so that they're your perfect target audience. Create those relationships. And it's not about, this is happening so much, I get a friend request and then I get a link to buy something. It's like, stop it, people. Stop it. That doesn't work. It's relationships. It's reaching out saying, hey, I love connecting with other like-minded entrepreneurs, or, hey, I love connecting with, whatever you might have in common with somebody. Create that relationship. And so every day I am accepting new friend requests, or I'm reaching out. I get enough that I just accept them. But if you're just starting out, you might have to reach out to your target audience. So I'm connecting with people, friend requesting, or on LinkedIn connecting. And then I'm opening up conversations, going through, and birthdays are a great way to start that conversation to see if it's somebody who's going to be engaging with you. And so I'm wishing people happy birthday. I'm going through their profile. Right now, what's happening in the world of entrepreneurship, online entrepreneurship, is this concept of it can be easy. You just copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. And it's the law of numbers. If I put enough out there, somebody's going to grab the low-hanging fruit. And what I have found is working best in my business, and I go much slower in my conversations, but I do not copy paste. I actually take the time to look at someone's profile and make a comment about a post they've done or something about them that I can relate to, and I start that relationship. And then the other thing that I'm doing is being specific in my conversations. And there's that delicate balance between, I call it fake friending. I get these messages, hi, how are you? Do you have kids? Do you have a dog? Where do you like to go? How's the weather there? And it's like, this person doesn't know me from Adam. Why do they even care about all of this stuff? So in my conversations with people, I'm fairly intentional. I want to develop some rapport. I am looking at their profile, and then I'm starting a conversation around them with the intention that I can say there's something there that I might be able to help you with. Are you open to looking at it? And so that's like, I set aside a couple of hours every day. I'm also creating content on my social media platforms that every day is showing up for my audience. And live, for people who are like, I hate doing lives, I don't want to go lives, it's embarrassing. I get it. 5 years ago, I was in a mentorship program and they told us we had to go live. I used to go live at midnight Pacific time, 3 in the morning on the East Coast. And it's like, you could tell, it's like I was tired. I would like try to put a little bit of makeup on, but I didn't want anybody on my live. I wanted the option to delete it if I didn't like it. And then I found a few other tricks where I could go live to only me during the day. And that way I'd at least look fresh and the lighting would be good. And then if I liked it, I would toggle it to public. And then my coach and mentor at the time said, you have to like announce to your audience when you're going live so that you have to show up for them and you have to be live. So I started announcing, okay, I'm going to be live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I would be pacing the floor. My husband could tell you I like wore out the carpet. I paced the floor. So I get it. I get how scary it is. But here's the thing. You can help someone. Whatever it is that you do, whatever you sell, you have the ability to help people. And if you are not willing or able to get out of your own head to think, oh, I'm going to look skinny, I'm going to look fat, I'm going to look old, I'm going to look wrinkled, I'm going to look this, I'm going to look that. That's you looking at you and not you looking at who it is that you can help, truly help. And so when you start to focus on the other person, they don't care how you look. if you can bring them value. They don't care how you look. If you're entertaining them, telling them a story that has, I like stories because you can create great analogies with them, but providing them value, providing them education, providing them entertainment, and just being you. Just being your authentic you. People buy from people they know, like, and trust. And if you're always hiding behind memes and company pictures and pre-stock photos and stuff like that, people aren't getting to know you. The best way for your audience to get to know you is to go live, even if it's just for, hey, I just wanted to pop on here. I just read something really cool in a book and I just want to share this concept with you. That allows people to get to know you and to see your energy and your spirit, and it's stepping into your greatness so that you can help someone.
And, I have to say to you, Debbie, thank you, because when I started doing the income producing activities, it was totally, totally brand new to me. And yeah, I did a little spamming, not scamming, spamming. The first few that I did, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't mean to do that. Somebody called me on it because I didn't even realize I was doing it. I was so excited. And my mentor, she said, just go back and apologize and tell them you were so excited. And they all, except the person who called me on it, accepted my apology. But also for your teaching me how to ask those questions and kind of dig a little deeper. It's taken a while to learn it, and I'm getting better. But I have to tell you, yesterday, I go live every Tuesday afternoon. And yesterday was Tuesday afternoon, and I'm like, do I want to do this? I have to do this. People are watching. For those of you that don't know, I am spending some time with family down in Myrtle Beach, and we are less than a football field, even less than that, from the ocean. So I stepped out on the lanai. The family is in here and they're doing whatever, and I just stepped out on the lanai and I just said, hey, I just wanted to pop in. I told you I'd be here. I'm here. This is what's happening. I gave them some tips on sometimes we have to step away so we can fill our cup again. And that's what I'm doing. But I'm still doing some of the activities that I need to do first thing in the morning. And so I want to thank you for teaching me.
Yeah. And I think, and Debbie, I must say, in terms of like consistency, one of the things you're talking about, you had a fear of going live. I had a fear of doing video. So live stream, I don't think live stream, when I started doing video, live stream wasn't there. And I used to hide behind blog posts, right? So I would write a blog post every day and I would have a blog post. And then a mentor of mine said, you've got to do video. At that time, they didn't have live stream, thank goodness. So I had a thumb drive, and this is that I would record the videos on. And I've got that thumb drive is probably full of videos that I've never posted because I recorded and I looked at it and I was like, nah, I don't like how that's looking. I'm going to delete that. But I mean, when live came, it was like, it's very powerful. You're in the moment. It's like people can hear, oh, you're a human being. You've got kids. You got the gardener here, and it's just it's a different experience. So definitely, I mean, I go live with Deb every Wednesday. Awesome. That's my consistency. Yes. So Thank you so much, for sharing that. I think this has been very powerful. Those who have been viewing live, they're chiming in, that it has been very powerful, great value. Love the conversation. So I want to thank you, Debbie, for being here with us.
We're all in an entrepreneurial community together where we're learning together. And I can say, and Deb, thank you for sharing that story, because I remember that when we, I remember I was on a call when someone said, just go back and clean that up. And you came back the next time and just said, oh my gosh, and like they all forgave me and we're all good. And it made you real. And that's the thing is just being authentic. So many people feel like they have to be perfect, and we've made building a business fun inside of this community, because we actually do some of those activities that every, and I'm going to speak to network marketers here, that every network marketer hates to do. They hate to prospect. Why? Because somebody's going to say no, or their friends are going to ghost them. Well, part of that is they're not doing it correctly. If they were doing it correctly and asking the right questions and creating the conversations in the right way, they wouldn't get ghosted. And that's one of the things that we teach, people to do. And I used to be a high ticket coach where I sold programs that range from $2,000 to $20,000 in a 1 hour phone conversation. And the reason I was able to do that is just some key questions. So I pulled those questions out, and that's what we teach our community. But I've seen just so much growth in all of us. But the cool thing is we get to work together where we do those income producing activities together. And then we work silently for 30 minutes, and then we come back all together and say, how do I respond to this comment? Or how do I respond to that comment? And there's so many things out there right now saying that you can build a business on automation. And yes, you can sell products on automation, but if you want to build a team requires relationship. And that you're not going to be able to do that on automation. You have to have those conversations. You have to talk with people. And that's where I love our community, is we help our members just get comfortable with those conversations, getting comfortable with being who you are for the world, so that you can share that greatness. So yeah, it's been so much fun getting to know both of you, and so many different types of expertise that comes together, and we learn from each other. I love it. Speaking to real quickly, Hillary, it's funny because you talk about all of the recordings that you have on that thumb drive. When I have to, just the other day, I had to record like a 2-minute video for my website. It took me 5 hours because I wanted to be perfect, right? I do it. It's like, oh no, I had a shadow across my nose. And then I do it again. It's like, oh, that hair was right here. And then I do it again. It's like, oh, a corner of my desk is showing and I don't like that. Or I didn't say something. And then I spend another several hours watching each one of these videos to see which one I like the best. What a waste of time. And so I love live, because now I do walk and talks in the morning, and I love it because if I mess up, I mess up. That's just who I am. and it's what people, it endears other people to you, and they know that you're not perfect. When you do that video, you're making it perfect, but none of us are perfect. And so I love the lives, because it's like, this is who I am.
Exactly.
Yeah, said that wrong.
Yeah, look at this. I'm going to the beach as soon as we get done here.
Oh gosh, well, Debbie, it has pleasure having you on with us this morning. And just to let everybody know how they can reach out to you, connect with you, and for those who are watching on our pages, yes, you know how to connect with us. Send us a comment or message. But Debbie, because we have two Debs. It's just amazing. This community, we've got Debbie's, Deborah.
So, you know what? I would say Facebook Messenger is the best way to connect. And I love talking with entrepreneurs who are struggling, who are not getting the leads to talk to. First of all, you have to have people to talk to. You have to have that pipeline coming in. So I love working with people to find out, how can I get that pipeline of people coming in, whatever platform you're on, and finding out what is your best platform. Sometimes people are maybe trying to build a business on LinkedIn, and it's not the best platform to be doing that. Or they're on Facebook, and they really should be on Pinterest. And so, I love finding out, like, where should you be on social media based on your personality, based on what you're doing, what you're creating in your business, but then also how to have those conversations, how to create rapport, and what are the daily actions in your business. And so, I'll drop, I don't know, on Facebook. The best way to contact me is on Facebook and message me. I'd love to just get to know you, learn a little bit more about who you are, what are your goals, and let's talk about some strategies to get there.
Definitely. All right. Well, thank you so much again. And everyone viewing, we'll see you next week. We have shifted to a new time, 11 Eastern, right? Because we're all on the same, Deb and I, we're now on the same time zones. So we see you next week, Wednesday Eastern.
Can I say one more thing also? Mm-hmm. The three of us work together. So another way of chatting with me is just reach out to Hillary, reach out to Deb, and they can create a 3-way messenger conversation. Let's hop on a Zoom. The 3 of us, let's hop on a Zoom and get to know your business, because we'd all be working together. And so to help you get to where you want to be in your business.
Excellent. Yes.
Great.
Thank you so much for that. All right. Well, everybody have a great rest of your day, and we will see you next week. Bye all.
Bye-bye.